Professor Lucas is a graduate of the program, and he was kind enough to accompany me up to the civic engagement conference that took place in November.
The memory is something that we have to speak about as educators, and especially when you're dealing in stereotypes and you're dealing in perspectives and you're aiming to transform people. What I had to learn was that I could speak to people and use my voice as much as I wanted to, but my life had to be the loudest thing about me.
He had told me about the program at Tufts, and after having that initial visit and realizing how much of the educational philosophy that takes place here would help me grow.
There are some really, I should say, socially depressed at-risk populations where the exposure to what you're describing is really not there.
I was also happy to learn about the Urban Teaching Fellowship that exists here, and that seemed like a program that would also add to a transition that I'd like to make from the classroom to research.
One of the things that we hope to do, particularly here in the fall semester, is to help you to re-see schools, to really question all of the assumptions that you already know.
My initial impressions about the orientation were that the program is going to explore what the reasoning is behind the decisions that we make as educators and some of the reform that needs to take place in order to make education better.
You get the label teacher and then you forget that you're a person, and just like your student doesn't want to be disrespected, you don't want to be disrespected, so how do you kind of work out that relationship?
We've been talking a lot about our experiences in school growing up, and we're using that reflection to help us rethink and re-see what school is all about. As an MAT candidate, this year I will be teaching science to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. I'll see you later, okay? Being here is part of the whole Tufts experience. I think it's a great fit and a great choice, and I'm happy. Jacob's my cooperating teacher, and this is his 8th grade classroom. It's the first time he's actually been a cooperating teacher or had, an intern in his classroom. So it's pretty new for the both of us.
And we're getting to know each other as people and as colleagues, so hopefully we're going to have more time to keep debriefing. But it's a really fast-paced schedule that we have.
When I collect the papers, Thomas, try and focus on what I'm saying. There are things that I would like to add to my teaching toolbox. What do you think? Tom, come over here. Patience is always something that is referred to as a virtue, and I think that over time I will develop as a result of having an opportunity to work with students that are going to challenge me. I want you to expect a little bit more from yourself. Not necessarily wanting to challenge me, but challenge themselves. There is an amount of time that it takes to really gain their trust. I mean, they want to know, are you coming back again? Are you going to be here? And what kind of person are you going to be? And so I think I've passed that threshold. Push.